Hey guys, I appreciate you checking out another video. Um, this week we are talking about dealing with disappointment. Um, so there's lots of big and small disappointments that we deal with um, every single day, and uh, the uh, the big thing that I want to talk about today is taking responsibility. So we all know about having to take responsibility for our actions. If we do something wrong, we need to make it right. Okay, so that's easy. But what I want to talk about instead of taking responsibility for our actions, I want to talk about taking responsibility for our reactions. So the way that we react to certain situations or things that we face. So um, something that I talk about a lot is, um, we are in control of how we feel. Um, no one else can affect our emotions. Yes, there's things that they do that that do affect us, but ultimately, it is up to yourself the way that you feel. Um, So if you allow yourself when something doesn't go your way or something does something that negatively affects you, it is your choice when you allow that to drag on and on and on, and feel allow yourself to have these negative emotions for a long period of time. It's up to you. That's the way that you are choosing to react to the situation. Now you can make a better choice and you can take responsibility for your reactions. Okay, you can choose. And something that I do often is, and this especially is helpful for small, kind of day to day, um, taking responsibility for your reactions to things that don't go your way. And I literally, I tell myself, and sometimes I'll say it right out loud, I don't have to feel this way. I can change my attitude. I can, I can be positive um, and I can feel happy. And just saying those words um, does something in your brain that that helps it just changes you. There's a physical reaction in your body that allows you to get control of those emotions. And we all have certain triggers, and when something goes wrong, we have an immediate reaction to it, and that's okay. But taking responsibility for that reaction is what it's all about. So when somebody does something that brings out a negative emotion in you, you need to uh, practice in your mind how you're going to take control of that reaction. So when something happens and your first reaction is to lash out and say something you shouldn't, um, or just get really mad, um, you got to find a way to take hold of that negative emotion and um, disarm it and bring the positive emotion into it. So that tactic I use often, just talking to myself, and that's something that I just started doing, um, and it has become a habit for me. When I get in these, when my negative emotions kind of naturally come out, I catch myself and I tell myself I don't have to feel this way, and I can change. Um, and almost every time that little habit that I've formed really helps bring me back around and snap me out of uh, that negative place that I used to stay in for a long time. And it would snowball and affect everything that's going on around me. It would affect my relationships. It would affect just getting things done. I I would let it. I would let it. I wouldn't let go of it, and that was my choice. That's how I was choosing to uh, deal with my reaction. I was holding on to it, and it took me a long, long time to uh, understand that I actually have control over that. And so that's something I talk about a lot. Taking control. You are in control, and it is your choice for how you're feeling. So another uh, way to deal with it is gratitude, and this is again, it's this is something that you have to get in the habit of. But there's something that I've heard a lot of times, and I've never been able to um, challenge this because it's always true. You cannot you cannot feel a negative emotion and be grateful at the same time. So whether it's anger, greed, jealousy, any negative emotion that you can come up with, you can't hold on to that and be truly grateful at the same time. So if you can find something that just always works, always something that in your life that you're so thankful that you have, um, that just kind of lights you up inside, just use that as your go-to gratitude. When things aren't going your way or you're feeling those negative emotions welling up in you, you just take a second, picture that thing that you're so grateful for, and it just melts away any of that negativity. It just works every single time. So try that. Those are two things that have worked really, really well for me in dealing with situations that aren't going my way. Um, and it's the same thing in disappointment. When something doesn't work out the way that we wanted it to, it is it's okay to react to it in your natural way, but when that natural reaction is negative, we have to be ready to deploy these positive habits to help overcome that. And you're gonna find a real positive change in the way that you are able to deal with big things, and I think even more importantly, small things. We have small disappointments or negative things that we have to deal with every single day. Throughout the day, things happen, and if we're constantly having these negative reactions, it it bogs down your day. So use and find these positive ways to react. Find what works for you. Try it, and you have to keep working at it over and over and over. But once you do it enough, it'll take over and it'll help you avoid those those negative reactions more often, and you're going to have a more enjoyable life. Your days are going to be more enjoyable. Every situation that you're in is going to be more enjoyable. Um, it's just a fact of nature. You cannot be grateful and hold a negative emotion at the same time. And positivity will always win out over negativity. So use it, and keep working on it day after day, and uh, it will become a habit that you can deploy anytime you run into negativity and anytime you have that natural um, negative reaction to a situation. So keep doing today. Remember, without today, yesterday and tomorrow don't matter. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.